I'm here with Ryan and Liam. We're outside Old Trafford, Manchester United 1, Rochdale 1. Ryan, what do you make of that?
The only positive is the penalty shootout win. Other than that, all I can say is it's an embarrassing win. I don't know what league they're in. All I know is they're in like League 2.
League One.
League 1, right. It just goes to show, doesn't it? I mean, like, after the summer we knew that the problem with United is the midfield. The midfield wasn't good enough. We didn't make the signings we needed to, apart from the defensive ones. We needed at least 5 signings, not 3. We needed another creative midfielder and another holding midfielder, because for me, the squad depth as well is just not good enough. Because for me, I heard, was it Roy Keane or Gary Neville at weekend saying that the experience, we need experience in the team. The problem we've got is the experience we have is shit. Mata is finished, he's not been good. The thing is, for me, since Mata joined United, he's not been the same. At Chelsea he was amazing, United he's been crap. That's the simple fact. Matic, he did well under Mourinho, and since Mourinho's gone, he looks like a donkey. He just looks like a fucking idiot on the pitch. McTominay is probably the best holding midfielder we've got, but that's only because we've got nobody else. For me, it should be Declan Rice, because look at how he performed on the weekend. Rice had Rashford in his back pocket, mate. Rice had Rashford in his back pocket. For all them fans who are saying Ollie out, Ollie should stay in, he needs more time. Because we can't be like Chelsea where we're chopping and changing managers every 2 days. You know what I mean? It's just not good enough. I mean, we've got the players there, like, we need to buy. I mean, for me, it should be Bruno Fernandes as our creator.
But ultimately, he wasn't bad. With what he's got, do you think Ollie's doing enough?
It's not if Ollie's doing enough. It's, are the board doing enough? Are the Glazers doing enough? And are the players doing enough?
I think the answer to them first 2 questions is obviously no. So we have to talk footballing.
I don't think Ollie is doing enough, actually.
Why not?
You look in the box, it's always Phelan and McKenna. It's never Solskjaer in the box.
I'm not comparing Fergie to Solskjaer. I know you was about to say it as well, but Fergie used to do the same thing, delegate.
I don't think he should go, because I don't know who would replace him. There's no one. Pochettino, I don't rate Pochettino, but
what do you think he needs to change then, in order to have a longer?
Basically inept almost every game. There's never any changes. The subs are always either too late or wrong. So I don't know. You can't put
the squad's not good enough in general.
No, the squad isn't good enough. No.
So do you feel with a better squad, or maybe with more players? Because we've seen that the 3 players he brought in, and sorry Liam, I'll bring you in a second. I've seen the 3 players that he's brought in have been very good, probably our best players. So do you think he deserves that extra window to be able to?
Yeah, I think he does, but I think he's still got to do more with what he's got, because that team is good enough to beat Crystal Palace at home. It's good enough to beat Wolves, who are struggling away. Yeah, it's good enough to beat West Ham, debatably.
I think Ollie should get at least 3 more transfer windows, not 1, 3, because you can't, as we all know, we can't change.
We got Chelsea away.
Yeah, we have Chelsea away. We can't chop and change teams. Like, there's a lot of players in that squad who need to be sold, without a fucking doubt. And there's a lot of players that need to be brought through the academy, and there's a lot of players who we need to sign as well. And we can't just do that in 1, 2 transfer windows. All he needs, in my opinion, he needs
the results to be able to get there.
I know he needs the results, but I'm not being funny. How can we get the results with that team? The only way I could see us getting in Europe this year, or should I say the Champions League, is through the Europa League.
But then if you're saying, how can we get the results in the league with that team? How can we win the Europa League? But nevertheless, Liam, you've heard what both of these had to say. Where do you come down on your opinion?
I just think we're atrocious at the moment. We're relying on a 17-year-old and a 21-year-old to score us goals. It's just, I don't know what, we had 2 months in that window, we brought in 3 players, like he said, we need 5 players at the least.
Yeah, we need at least
2 midfielders, we brought defenders in, which we needed, and we brought Daniel James in. We got rid of Romelu Lukaku, and knowing Edward Wood, knowing the Glazers, they probably knew he was going before the window.
Well, that money pretty much covered the Maguire buy, didn't it?
Yeah, it covered it, but why get rid of a striker and then leaving Marcus Rashford to do it when most of the fans know he's not capable of?
Do you think inside the club they've kind of accepted that this year we're not going to be going for anything, and maybe rather than buy anyone, Mason Greenwood is the man?
I think they have accepted that.
Playing devil's advocate. But I agree with you, by the way. I think we should have signed someone.
They have been thinking that, and they're relying on a 17-year-old to be the top man up top, scoring the goals. He's 17 years of age, just finished his exam. You can't rely on that. With Man United, we need an experienced striker.
was a net spend of 70 million in a rebuild. It's
And the summer before it was Fred Delow and Lee Grant.
Lee Grant. I mean, there's two summers in a row. The summer before that was all right. Matic, no, but Lukaku, we brought in players that we needed. But the past 2 summers, nowhere near good enough.
Even still, yeah, we're playing Rochdale.
Exactly, yeah.
They're League, Rochdale are League One.
Exactly.
Do you know the player who equalised is 16 years old?
I know what I was saying, like how cool is Greenwood? They're like 16-year-olds.
He's just finished his GCSEs.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's scoring at Old Trafford, equalising, whilst Man United are struggling.
Exactly. The team, it's good enough to beat Rochdale, no matter how much money we spend. I mean,
Okay, so
Shocking. Aston and whatever they called, Rochdale, Palace, West Ham, the list goes on. How are we not getting results? We're not even getting draws against these teams. Well, obviously these 2 teams we have been getting draws.
do you think we needed this cleanse? Like, getting rid, because everyone wanted all these players gone that went, yeah?
I don't agree with the Sanchez one. I think Sanchez should have stayed. We're still paying most of his wages. If we were paying, or maybe less than half his wages, fair enough, because he's not good enough and he don't want to be here, so get rid. But we're still paying it. I don't know what the exact amount is, but we're still paying the vast majority of his wages. I think it's more than half.
Yeah. It's at least 40-50%. So, guys, we're through in the cup. How important are the cups this year?
It's important.
We're struggling with Rochdale, and you think we're going to win this cup?
I never said we're going to win it. I just said how important are the cups this year?
There's no way. We're finished.
For this season, they're very important because with this team, with midfield of Matic, McTominay, Fred, we're not getting nowhere in the Premier League with this team. In the Carabao Cup, the Europa League, the FA Cup, we need to take our chances. We need to go full out, not full out, but we need to actually be getting results, strong results against Rochdale.
We got Chelsea away. You think we can get through in that?
It's gonna be an absolute struggle, but look at what we did last year, 2-0. So
Think of what a trophy would do for some of these youngsters like Greenwood and Gomez and Chong, and even players like Dan James and McTominay, and even Ollie himself. What a trophy would actually do for them. I know it's a Carabao Cup.
It's a confidence boost trophy for me.
Yeah.
It's a confidence boost trophy. Other than that, it means fuck all unless you win the quadruple. If you win the quadruple, it means nothing. It's just the confidence boost trophy. It's the first trophy you get in the season. You win it in March, and it sets you up nicely for the rest of the season. Like I said, it's just a confidence boost, especially for the kids. It's great for the kids.
How much our standards have dropped now. That we're talking about.
But I think we had to do this. I'm not defending what we saw out there today, and I still don't know whether Ollie is the man. So I'm not saying Ollie's going to be perfect. But what I am saying is we needed to fully get rid of everything, to just get rid of all the shit and then just rebuild again. I think we had to do it.
Even the way we're playing, we're walking the ball into the goal. It's not going to happen every single time. Europa League, we're walking the ball into the goal. Against good teams, mate, we were struggling to do that against Rochdale. So when it comes to Premier League games, we're not.
What's the City result going to be? What's Liverpool's result going to be?
I don't even want to be at the City.
Exactly.
Cheers, guys.